What's up, guys? Welcome to week 3 of 52 of securing your online presence and profile. Last week we went over Firefox containers and why you should use them. And this week we're going to go over email. Now, most people are probably using something like Gmail or maybe Yahoo or perhaps even Apple's email. However, you should switch to a company that not only protects but respects your privacy, and that's Proton. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, first off, we gotta remember, if a service is free, that means you are the product. So that's why we gotta switch to Proton. Now, don't just take my word for it, but pretty much all people in cybersecurity and a lot of other people will tell you that Proton is probably the best alternative you can go with. Proton not only offers end-to-end encryption, but they also offer zero access encryption. This means that even Proton can't see the messages, the emails that you're sending between you and somebody else, right? They also don't include email trackers, and their free plan, which is available to anyone, is a little limited, but it's paid for by people who pay for Proton Premium, right? Proton's also headquartered inside of Switzerland, which has some of the best privacy laws in the world. Now, for us in the United States, unless you live in California, privacy is basically non-existent. Our senators in the House, all our politicians have completely failed us in privacy laws. So it's up to us to fight for our own privacy, right? And Switzerland has some of the best laws with this. Proton's also open source, which means anyone can see the code that's running it, and therefore anyone can verify the authenticity of this code, right? And they also have audits, which they release regularly. All right. Proton also has a lot of password protection and two-factor authentications that's pretty easy to set up. If you pay for some Proton Premium features, you also get access to cloud storage, a password manager, which everyone should be using, as well as a VPN, which I also think you should be running. Now, there's a lot of controversy about VPNs, but we'll go over that in a later video. All right. Now, over here on Proton's website, they have a direct comparison to them versus Gmail. And we can see a lot of stuff. Out here they state Gmail is an email service created by Google. The United States does not have robust privacy laws and is a member of intelligence sharing agencies, right? So that's not good for us, for our privacy, right? Down here we can see they have kind of a direct comparison on their free plan. Look at all these benefits: zero ads in your email. I know everyone sees those sponsored ads in their email all the time. I don't know about you, but I find that extremely frustrating. Like we talked about, end-to-end and zero access encryption. It blocks third-party trackers that are often employed in email. Your contacts are also encrypted. Again, Swiss privacy laws. You even have access to a free VPN on one device. Open source and not subject to U.S. surveillance. Now, if you live in the United States, I have bad news for you. It's pretty much impossible to avoid intelligence and surveillance agencies. You can kind of make it more difficult for them, but they know who you are. You're not going to really get around from that living in the United States, okay? So yeah, that's Proton. Let's go ahead and set up an account. Now over here, we've created a test account for this. Test me happy. Our virtual machine is Happy Gilmore. There we go. I've already made a strong password. Now, when you originally go to sign up for a Proton account, you probably get their pop-ups asking you to pay. This is completely optional. However, I think it's extremely worth it. But you can start a free account just to kind of test it out to begin. So that's what we'll do today. Now remember, this price is like a cheap meal at McDonald's or perhaps even a coffee from Starbucks. So it's totally worth it in my opinion. So let's go ahead and create our account. So we're logged in here and we'll go ahead and create our account. Test me happy is fine. So now we're in Proton email. So let's get started. They kind of give you a tutorial walkthrough. You can download the app. We'll choose maybe later. You can also get it on your mobile devices. We'll go ahead and go with a different theme. I like dark themes. Right, so now we're inside Profile. Or Proton. Let's take a look around. Right off the bat, we get this email from them, and we can see we can forward all our Gmail mail directly to Proton, right? Super awesome feature. If you're still going to use your Gmail account when you migrate over, this is a good feature for you. However, I would recommend just ditching Gmail completely. Now over here on the side, if we click this little shield, we'll get some important notifications. Account recovery, I would recommend setting something like that up. Data recovery as well as enabling two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication keeps you a lot more secure from a hacker getting into your account. However, don't use SMS. Avoid SMS two-factor authentications whenever possible. Either download authenticator apps, get a YubiKey, something else. Don't be using SMS. It's probably the least. It's almost worse than not having any. Okay, we'll go over at a later date two-factor authentication and a good setup for it. My favorite thing about Proton is aliases, right? So say you want to make an account, but you don't want to give out your actual email address, right? We just go over here and you click create an alias. Now I think with the free plan you can create about 10 of these, whereas if the paid plan you can create a whole heck of a lot more, right? So let's just go ahead and try it out. We're going to create an alias, right? So first off, we want to title it, right? Say we're going to use this one for Facebook, okay? Down here we get our email, right? And we can see this is the email we would use to sign up, right? So now whenever we use this email, we're not actually giving out our real email, which is right here, and Proton automatically forwards it to our real email from this alias, okay? And we can add a little note if we want. We can go ahead and create it. Not now, we won't get Proton passed. There we go. Now we see over here we have this alias, and we can use this for multiple accounts if we want to. Say we want an alias for like our online shopping, say we want an alias for our banking. Okay, you can create, it's kind of customizable just like containers in Firefox that we talked about. Awesome feature. Proton is awesome. It respects your privacy a whole heck of a lot more than Gmail does. Again, you can use a lot of this completely free. You can also upgrade. Their Proton Unlimited is a pretty good deal, and you also get access to Proton's VPN, Proton Pass, Proton Calendar, custom email domains. We can go over that at a later date. 500 gigabytes of storage for your email instead of just, I think it's like a gigabyte for the free plan. Alright, and that can fill up quite quickly if you don't delete your emails. So overall, Proton's awesome, awesome, awesome. Highly recommend it. And like I said, for 10 bucks a month you can get some great features. Alright, so that kind of sums up Proton for this week. Next week we're going to go over a device everyone should have for SMS, which is Signal. Now, a brief overview to get you ready for next week. SMS messages, or text messages as many people refer to them, are sent clear text. They are incredibly easy to intercept. Signal sends everything encrypted. They don't access it, they can't see it, kind of like Proton, and everyone should be using Signal. stop using SMS. So we'll go over Signal next week and why you should use it. Thanks for watching.